We're seeing a vicious anti-Semitism, a vicious hatred of Israel in our universities and, sadly, among the Democrat Party. This party has turned hard anti-Israel because they're terrified of their rabid core. And on campus, you see really the id of the Democrat Party expressed. And you want to know why this is happening? This, tragically, is cultural Marxism. That our universities are indoctrinating young people. Cultural Marxism breaks the world into oppressors and victims, and they have defined Jews as oppressors. They have defined Palestinians as victims. Sadly, it's really ugly manifestation we're seeing on the streets of New York and across the country in universities.
Yeah, I think he makes a great point. It's not just like the squad that's pro-Palestinian. It's the idea that, and I'll take oppressor and add colonizer. Right. That's something the Democrat liberal left has really indoctrinated into universities and told people that's all we are, the West.
That was a great interview. I watched the entire interview. And one point that Ted Cruz also made is about Chuck Schumer, who's a New York senator, Nancy Pelosi, and others. Where are they on this? And Lisa, by the way, your point about the White House and the Charlottesville lie, Karine Jean-Pierre repeated it again just a day ago on the podium, I think, while talking to Peter Doocy. So they push the lie. The thing about cultural Marxism, and I've dug into a lot of these over the years, so I started looking at the groups that are there with these protesters. You've got PSL Web, the Party for Socialism and Liberation. They're there on site. I've been there with, in encampments, covered them over the years. You've got RevCom, Revolutionary Communists, another group. You've got, for those of you watching, go to Marxist.com. They launched in New York about 6 weeks ago with a telecast around the country and gatherings in Dallas, other areas. They're about to launch internationally. This is RCA, Revolutionary Communist America. These are the groups that are using this as well, in this energy. And in this case, the target is the Jews. But it's really this cultural Marxism mixed with a common hatred of Jews. And if you think about it, that's what's caused the deaths of more Jews worldwide than just about anything. You've got Hitler as a Nazi and communists.
Alicia, even if the politics, even if this bred hatred is an after effect of what they're trying to do, to just create a victimhood among people in college, you understand what it's like to have children college age in college. This isn't just something that's happening in Columbia. USC had to take a valedictorian off the stage for their upcoming commencement because I guess she's pro-Palestinian and they were afraid she was going to incite a reaction with her remarks. And then at Yale today, a student was stabbed in the eye that is described as a Jewish student journalist by the New York Post. And this is what she had to say after being stabbed in the eye. She said, "There's hundreds of people taunting me and waving the middle finger at me. And then this person waves a Palestinian flag in my face and jabs it in my eye. When I tried to yell and go after him, the protesters got on a line and stopped me." In the New York Post piece, it talks about how the police, in her words, told her they could not help her. That's very concerning.
Well, yeah, and the lack of humanity for the people who stood between her and the cops, the people who got in line, and didn't even go to help her. There's a significant lack of humanity that I think has happened. And also, since October 7th, we've seen these protests around the country on different college campuses. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like in the last 48 hours, something else has changed. It's gotten so much worse, and we're at such an inflection point where it's so dangerous that it requires more of the White House than just a statement. Because now we're talking about a rabbi coming out and telling Jewish students, quote, "leave as soon as possible." As a reporter, I only hear those words from state leaders when they're telling people to get out of the way of a hurricane or a tornado or a rising water because there's going to be a flood and they could lose their life almost immediately. But this is being told to students who made it into the Ivy League, their parents, their families. So proud. They worked so hard. The biggest challenge for them should be academic, not whether or not they're going to survive getting across campus. Something has changed in the last 48 hours. I think the White House needs to acknowledge that. Yeah,
I love your description of this being like an impending natural disaster, because the idea being, does the hurricane hit shore or does it not? Can the tensions lower from these, or does this Yale student getting stabbed in the eye become the first of a series of violence? We hope no violence comes from this and that all tensions are calmed down.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.